beard because this is what happens after you wash your beard. It is just like a wire brush. And I'm gonna show you guys a couple little tricks to start with. So we're gonna use the Exceed shaver from Gamma. And I'm gonna just show you guys that this doesn't cut long hair, right? So this area right here is pretty sensitive. So we'll go ahead and knock that down. So that'll get my line somewhat back where it was. And that thing cuts really close, really smooth. The other thing too is some of you guys were clowning me about the color. This color is still in here since Saturday. Obviously it's kind of broken apart. So we're gonna redo that along with the rest of the haircut. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're gonna dampen up the beard. And we're gonna put some products in here. First one being some beard oil. Because like I said, man, this wire brush feeling, like when I walked in this morning, I'm like, nah, I gotta do something with this. So let's get it. What up, Dizzy? Appreciate you for jumping in these lives all the time. But we got literally here, I got here like 15 minutes ago, and I'm like, you know what? I got perfect time to go live, cut my hair, and let's get it. So once I got this oil in here, things are gonna get a lot better. And we are gonna go ahead and blow dry the hair. So the blow dryer that I'm using, this is the Gamma XL, super hot blow dryer, and my favorite brush for doing this. First, I'm just gonna comb out all the tangles, and next, we're gonna start the actual blow dry. So I had something kind of exciting happen yesterday. My school that I actually first went to, and this is from Niagara Falls, back where I'm from, the Buffalo, Niagara region. So I went to school there, and they were asking some of the people who went to school, you know, to kind of tell them how it all went for them. Are they still in this business? Do they still do it? And I went to what's called a BOCES program. Kind of like a vocational program, right? And we'll just say I wasn't the greatest student in high school or middle school or any school. But when I found I was gonna do this for the rest of my life, things got a lot better. And I actually fell in love with doing hair right from the beginning. And it was not just barbering. In fact, barbering had nothing to do with it at first. It was actually cosmetology is where I got my start. So anyhow, they asked me to write this article, and I'm probably gonna actually go back and speak to some of the classes there. We'll just say that not a whole lot of people make it out of there. And they were kind of blown away with the fact that I'm still in this business and how much I was able to accomplish in this business. And it's not so much for me, but it's more like to just try to inspire other people who are in school, especially in high school, taking a vocational school. That is one of those programs that some people go into just because they want to avoid the rest of high school. Said my taper fade is weak. You're right, bro. All right, that's that feels so much better, guys. I mean, just even if all I did was come in here and do that. Now I know you're joking, bro, because I've been making all those videos about tapers. All right, so here we go. We're gonna line it up. You said at some point going to school is kind of like a hustle. Well, the thing about this school is it's actually free. People can go to this school It's just a vocational school. So you can go in place of half of the day of high school, which is what I did. So I think back on that program, and I think it was kind of one of the more important decisions of my life, even though I didn't know it at the time. I decided to go. We're gonna need something to. So what we're gonna do here, I don't know if you guys shave yourself with a straight razor. It's actually really easy. The razors we're using are ghost razors. You can get these from Fort Worth Barber Supply. But I'm gonna pull my skin tight. That's why I had to wipe that off. So we'll say throughout the course of my schooling, there was a number of incidents that could have really got me kicked out of that school. But the teacher I had was awesome, and she went to bat for me because she seen something in me that I didn't see for myself. So for that program, I'm extremely grateful for. I wasn't one of these people who knew like exactly what they wanted to do in life. I was one of these people who were kind of like going with the flow, doing what felt right. I thought many crazy things over my life, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't really have it all figured out. And I'm sure a lot of you guys don't either, that are going to school right now. So, I mean, and I'm talking about people who are going to high school, and maybe you're lucky enough where your school has a vocational school that you could sign up for. Thank you, Dizzy. Double tap the middle of the screen if you guys are enjoying the live. It's obviously 6 a.m. and we're already up here hitting it. We've been going live almost daily, and I think it's time for my boy Dizzy to become a moderator. Bang. Boom. Dizzy Blends is now a moderator, man. Appreciate you, buddy. You've been out here helping me out a ton, and you know, I'm grateful for it. Okay, so we're gonna do this side too. So all I'm saying, guys, is sometimes these little tiny decisions you make in life have really huge impacts. And that little tiny decision, I made that decision in 10th grade. Vocational school was something you had to sign up for in 10th grade, and you'd begin it in 11th and you would finish it in 12th. And you could walk away from the school as a fully licensed cosmetologist. However, it would be cool if they had barber programming too. So I think a lot more people would have been, a lot more men would have been open to doing this if they offered a barber program. But you got to realize, back then, it was extremely uncommon that a straight male would go to cosmetology school. This is in 2003. So, you know, you'd be looking kind of funny, but thankfully, I really didn't care how I was looked at back then, and I still don't now. That's the one thing that has persisted throughout this entire time. So, all right, this side of my beard is not looking the greatest. We have a little bit of hair that we're gonna wanna kind of grow back, so we're gonna fix it with a little bit of color. I know how much you guys love that. And then we're gonna get started with the rest of the haircut. So I'll just take a little bit of Kiss Express. Now my dad didn't take it so well. You know, when I told my dad I was gonna go to cosmetology school, he was like, obviously thinking the worst of me. He was a carpenter. He's a carpenter in the union, getting up at like 5 a.m., going to these job sites and busting his butt, coming home with busted knuckles. You guys got to realize it's very cold in Buffalo. Very cold. And he's out there in sub-zero temperatures, working outside, and it was real difficult. So I just sprayed a little bit of aftershave on this. So watching him, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that, you know. He was telling me the whole time he didn't really want me to do it either. He's like, this is not a fun job. How many hours did you have to do in Buffalo? In Buffalo, we had 1,000 hours. And that was for your cosmetology license. I don't know what the barber license was at the time because I didn't get a barber license until I moved to Florida. But yeah, so that was one of those things, one of those weird conversations I had to have with my dad. My dad's like, yo, you all right, son? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I have a plan, Dad. And it worked out. So anyways, the school asked me a bunch of questions and they wrote an article yesterday. And it's funny that they did because in the back of my mind somewhere, I'd always been like, you know what? I kind of want to give back. Like I kind of want to go there and tell my story and show people that, you know, you don't have to limit yourself only to cutting hair. There's a lot of other parts of this business that you can become involved in. There's more companies than you can shake a stick at. Sorry, I had to lock in there for a second. I was kind of painting that in not the greatest of ways. But there's more companies out there that need your help than you probably realize. And the way that you're going to find these companies is by going to the shows. No, that's the one thing Dizzy asked. He said, did your dad ever try to stop you? No. He just kind of clowned me a little bit at first. But it wasn't very long that he realized, like, wow, dude, this is actually a pretty good career for you. Now he looks back on it, he's like, honestly, dude, that was one of the smartest decisions you ever made was to go and do that. And I agree with him. I do think one of the smartest decisions I ever made, not to say I was in the habit of making smart decisions back then, but definitely choosing to go to vocational school and become a cosmetologist. As goofy as that sounds, that was definitely one of the better decisions I ever made because I'm still in this business now. And I've had this desire to kind of try to grow within this business that never went away. And I just kept searching for opportunities and I kept finding them. So, you know, really, I feel so much better, guys. Like to walk in and look at my beard, like looking like this feels so much better. But it's time to deal with the haircut. You know, so really, if you guys had the opportunity to go to school for free and, you know, something like what I just did, you would sit back and you'd feel pretty appreciative about it as well. So I just put a little bit of aftershave on the Q-tip, and this is like the perfect time where you could go back through and clean any areas that you didn't want to have color on. Once this dries, it'll last for a couple of days, and this is proof right here, guys. That's the proof right there. I still have color in here from last Saturday, and I have washed my hair quite a few times since then, which is why I like to paint this stuff in because it actually lasts quite a while. All right, so now the beard is in there, and let's take care of the haircut. Normally I would have waited a little bit longer, but the color that I'm using, this is called Kiss Express. And I have a meeting tomorrow. I'm going to Stylecraft headquarters, and we're doing some things. So I want to look a little nicer for tomorrow. So we're gonna start off this haircut by putting in my skin line with my X Seeds from Gamma. Love from India, what's up? That's cool, man. So what we're gonna do is just flick up a little bit and try to soften the guideline that we're putting in here. So that's the guideline there on that side. Let's do this side, then we'll do the back. Actually, the one thing I'm really excited about is our educational offerings. This year, they're going to be really cool. I think people are going to really enjoy some of the stuff that we're coming to the table with this year. And if you have a chance to sign up wherever you are for a Stylecraft class, me and John Carlo, we've designed a whole new wave of education that I think is going to help a lot of barbers. So that's what we want to see right there. I'll stand this way here so maybe you guys can see it a little better. I don't know if this light's going to blind me or not. We're going to try it. Let's see how it looks. So they're going to be in 2026, coming to a city near you. The way education happens a lot, just so you guys know, is it happens a lot through the distributors. So basically, if you have a distributor near you that carries a good amount of Stylecraft or Gamma, a lot of them you can actually sign up for, and they'll offer education throughout the year. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to use this here. Yeah, I'm getting a free haircut this morning, delivered by yours truly. All right, so what we're going to do here is at the top of the line, I'll kind of start to tap down. And then I'm going to flip it upside down, and I'll flick up. So that should be about ideal. I know, I got plenty of gray hairs, guys. Plenty of gray hairs. It's from all this work on YouTube. But you know what? I wake up this early, get to work this early, because I love what I'm doing. And I don't wake up and say like, oh no, today is Monday, or oh no, today is Tuesday. I kind of wake up and I'm like ready to go, guys. Just tap it down with it because I can't see it. You guys watched that Patriot game last night? They're saying Drake May is going to be MVP. And Brabo being Coach of the Year. As a Bills game, that sucked. As a Bills fan, that sucked. But Gotta say, they've rebuilt their team faster than we have. And the thing that bothers me the most is they're using our leftovers. Stephon Diggs and Mac Hollins being two guys the Bills just walked away from. But really, I think it's that Travion Henderson. I think that's his name. But that running back is awesome. It is better than being a Jets fan, but they seem to be a little bit on an upswing, right? They got rid of all that talent and they started doing a little better. All right, so we got this done here. And for those of you guys who are members, I actually posted our last live cut because I filmed it. So those of you guys who are members can check that out. I released it publicly on accident yesterday for a little while, but if you guys want to watch this with a little better clarity, a better camera, I just filmed it last time with a better camera. All right, so this haircut, honestly, being that it's being done so frequently, it's going to get a little bit easier. Double tap the middle of the screen. And how about them Cowboys, man? I got to say, them Cowboys are pretty impressive, too. We're going to begin our haircut now with the Rain Clipper from Stylecraft. And the main reason is this blade on here, it's very easy to use. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a guideline in about the width of a finger. And we're going to flick up and out. Appreciate you guys. We're kind of hoping to get to 100 likes. See if we can hit the first hurdle. So that's what we want to see, like a faint weight line above. And it's definitely going to come together. 42 more likes for 100. There we go, guys. Thank you guys so much. Can you guys imagine what the odds of like if you would have picked New England to win the Super Bowl before the season started? Can you guys imagine what the odds you would have gotten where they probably would have been great? And they very well could. But they really haven't played too many tough teams yet, so. Yeah, the Rain Clipper has definitely been my go-to, guys. This is pretty much all I want to use. It's just so easy, especially with hair like mine. My hair is a bitch to fade. My hair is not fun to fade. Can't see shit. This spot right here, I hate it. And I'm right eye dominant, so when I'm looking at this side, it's pretty hard. I actually wear glasses, so I'm doing a lot of this where I can't see quite as well. But that's pretty good, guys. We got the line laid in the way we want. We softened the upper guideline, so I could go two different ways here. One, I could remove the very bottom line, my trimmer line. Or two, I could try to see if I could get it to blend in a little bit better towards the top. That's usually going to be my go-to. So I'm going to put the number 1 on here. And I'm going to try to do a little detailing with this number 1 and see if that faintness goes away. Sometimes it will. Usually I'll have to use the half, but I have a feeling if I flicked up good, I could kind of skip the half guard. So let's see. Like already I could tell if it's going to do it or not just based on sound. That's why I like this clipper so much. That's coming together pretty nice right there. I know I could use the 1.5 after this, and I'll be in good shape. So let me switch this way so you guys can see. I'm just gonna close my eyes and listen for it. No idea what I'm doing, guys. My eyes are literally closed. Let's see. Let's see how that was. Ooh, that is not bad. That is not bad at all. Not bad at all, mate. So with the eyes closed, I can kind of hear what I'm doing. And if I just stay making them strokes, can't see nothing when this light blinds me here. We might jump over to Kenny's station here for a second. It'll be a little easier for me to see. And I can actually put light on this side. Usually when we're cutting hair, we're spinning them towards this light. You know, so on this side, I'll be able to see a lot better now. The bro's cutting his own hair. Meanwhile, if I shave, I have to shave off my beard because it looks so fucked up. I can't get it even. He said, "You're up late just pushing your hairline back." It happens sometimes, guys. Look, when I cut my hair, I don't have like the highest expectations that this is going to be the greatest haircut on earth. It's definitely going to be better than what some people might do to it. But if I really, really wanted a perfect haircut, I would go to one of my guys here at the shop, and they would give me a good haircut, and I would never have to worry about anything. They'll sit down and they'll do a great haircut on me. So 334 people in the room. We are almost at the 100 like mark. If you guys could double tap the middle of the screen. We now have the 1.5 on here. I'm gonna close that all the way. Actually, the beard smells quite nice. I just put some beard oil in it. It's all nice and washed and clean, and it's blown out. So now that's starting to come together at the top pretty nice. So you guys can see it's starting to kind of come together there. We'll go ahead and we will continue this step along the back. I'm just going up till I hear some noise. Not really paying too much attention to what it looks like. I'm just listening. We about hit the 100, guys. Double tap the middle of the screen. You guys are enjoying the content. He said, "Your beard is so smooth, it looks like it's stuck on." We did the beard first, so if you guys go back and rewatch that portion of the live, you'll see we did the beard first. The part, like the way I would like to do this, I would like to actually use clipper over comb back here, if I could. It's just so hard to do clipper over comb on yourself because you can't really see what you're doing. But this would be the way that I would normally handle this, especially this little area in the back. This is a pain in the ass to do by yourself. I wish I had a mirror just sitting here because I need one more hand. Like if somebody held this for me, I'd come back here and I could make the back look so perfect. But being that I can't do that without making a terrible mistake, we'll run a couple of different steps. Thank you guys so much. We hit the 100 like mark. That's great. So I'm actually gonna put a number 3 on here because I don't like how much weight I got building in the back. We're gonna see if this just reduces that a little bit. Well, that's pretty damn good, guys. That's pretty damn good. I'm gonna go back to the 1 for a second because I think I seen a little cleanup that we gotta do. Got 500 people up in the room. We do appreciate you guys for jumping in here this early, man. It's early here. And we'll go back to the 1.5 because I got a couple little spots there that I'm not in love with. But we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Here it is 6:30 a.m. in the morning. It's literally still dark outside. So double tap the middle of the screen if you guys appreciate the hard work and dedication to coming in early to doing this with you guys. Let's see here. That's not bad, guys. That's the hardest part of the haircut. Pretty much done. So all we got to do is remove that bottom line and we'll be in business. So that bottom line, to remove that, we're going to close this all the way and we're going to flick up only on that line. And as we make another line, if we make another line, we're going to begin clicking this 1, 2, 3, and we'll just begin opening it little by little. Shout out to the membership. Appreciate all of you guys. We'll click it up. Go up till we hear noise. Don't even really need to watch. I could just hear it. Yeah, that's the thing, dude. My beard line will look a lot more natural after I wash it tonight. I put it in a little heavy because I want it to look good for tomorrow. Want my haircut to look good for tomorrow. And honestly, one of the other reasons why I like to do it is it sort of sets you apart. When clients walk in here, they're like, wow, that haircut is so nice. They don't really know everything we know about cutting hair. And if you're starting to go a little bit thin in the top, I'm going to show you guys how to deal with that on your own if you want. If you're not a barber, I understand that you might not want to do that. But if you go to a barber who cares about you, they'll do it for you. I switched to the sabers. Sabers are set a little bit closer than the reins. I'll show you guys a couple of different ways you can kind of clean this. So look, there's about 3 different ways you can manipulate your clipper. One is you tip it away from the head. That's gonna create more space. That's not gonna cut as close. Two, if you wanna cut closer, you'll start to drop it down a little bit lower, right? That's gonna cut closer. Three, especially we can open or close it, but we can also use only a corner, and then we can accompany that move so we can get further away from the head or we can get close. So that's basically like the 4 ways that you can manipulate your clippers to get them to cut and do what you want to do. So, you know, holding it really flat like this is good for getting that bottom line out. But as we get closer to the top, I want to actually lift it out a little more. Maybe use only the corner, and we'll be able to kind of sneak into those lengths that are a little bit higher, and we'll get those. So I call that clipper manipulation. This is something that we'll be teaching this year in our classes and a lot more in depth. And remember, guys, any of these steps you guys see me doing, you can do these with a guard on as well. So it's not, you're not limited to only doing this with a guard off. So all of these steps can pretty much be done with a guard on versus a guard off. We're almost at 200 thumbs up, man. Thank you guys so much. All right, so let's get this bottom line in the back. This is my least favorite part on earth, but we'll do this. So I got this fully closed. I'm gonna create another line, albeit a bit of a soft one. Click it up. Click it up. Click it up. Just listening for it. And we'll go to our last click. Okay, let's see how we did. I have no idea how we did there, but our goal was to remove that very bottom line. And it's pretty good on the removal process. We're gonna work on this side here now. And then to finish it, I'm gonna move back over there so I got my light on the right side. So we'll do this side now. You know, your skin will stretch and kind of bounce around a little bit. So I would just tell you to kind of really make it gentle, make the strokes kind of gentle. Not bad at all. That's what we want to see, guys. The bottom line gone. It's not that bad to cut your own hair. Just sometimes it takes a little more time than you want to take. Sometimes it goes smooth and it goes quick. And, you know, that's it. All right, so we're going to go to the half guard now. This is just about finish it. 30 more likes to get to 200. Appreciate you guys. All right, so we're going to go 2 clicks down. 1, 2. And just so you guys know, those of you guys who are joining me now, if you close it, that's pushing the lever all the way up. That cuts closer. If you open it, that leaves the hair longer. We want to go straight in the middle for my first couple of steps with the half guard. All right, now I can kind of see what I'm doing on this side a little better. So we got that fade looking pretty good on the sides there. I'm gonna jump over to the other side now because I can't see what I'm doing with the light on this side. I need the light on the other side now. It would be cool if I had 2 lights on my station. I used to have that, but one light is usually sufficient for you to just spin your client towards this light the whole time. When I'm working on this side, that's usually what I'll do. So now we'll have us a look here. On this side, I can see I didn't get that bottom line out quite as good. You guys can still see that. Kind of saved it for this side because I couldn't see it over there. The light coming from the left side. I'm ruining the industry? How am I ruining the industry, bro? I've done more to save this industry than anybody. I'm trying to bring people into the fold. Maybe he's worried because I'm showing people how to cut your own hair. Doesn't make it easy. But some people think that if a shop opens up next door that you're ruined. If you've done your due diligence and you've grown your customers, shouldn't matter how many shops are around. Have you ever been to a place like Chicago, New York, any metropolitan area, even Orlando? They have shops on every single corner, and a lot of those shops are busy. How is it that they can have shops on every corner and everybody can be busy? Because there's a lot more customers out there than you realize. And they'll come to you if you do a nice job on them. It's not true, man. Some people cut their own hair. Somebody said, you're just flexing. Nobody's ever going to try to cut their own hair. Look, you don't have to do a skin fade if you cut your own hair. I'm giving you guys keys to doing little things. Like a little thing you guys could do that many of you are not aware of is you can actually stretch your haircut out a little bit. So let's say you get a taper, right? I showed you guys it's pretty easy to fade yourself here and here. So at the very least, your taper, you can stretch that taper out, make it last a couple more days. So, you know, there's plenty of people who cut their own hair. Let's see what we got cooking here. Got this spot right here above the mastoid bone. It just sucks. You can do everything right and still have it be a little dark right there. That looks so much better, guys. I'm not going to try to make it perfect. I had to lock in there for a second, guys. I know, it looks good. I need to stop. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. I'm dying. It's a little hot in here. I forgot the AC don't kick on till like 7. So I'm starting to get a little bit cooked. Everything in the mirror is definitely opposite. So double tap the middle of the screen. We are 8 thumbs up away from having the 200 likes. It'd be really cool if we get to 300 likes. We got a couple more steps to do, guys. I'm gonna be doing my front of my hairline. I'll show you guys how to fill this in, make it look a little thicker. And I'm gonna jump back to my rain clipper because I am gonna get this little spot in the back that's pissing me off. It was a lot easier when I had my video monitor, but the rain clipper with this taper blade on it. Am I still in the, right there? Okay, I gotta find the spot, sorry. Right there, you bastard. All the way open. Oh, we got it now. We got it now. That's so much better. He's talking about the 3-way mirrors. Yeah, they're okay, man. I don't know. I'm so used to picking up this mirror and doing it. Maybe one of these times we'll try it with one of the 3-way mirrors. Especially because you guys have really been showing a lot of support. We already got 207 likes in here, which is awesome. And you guys have been showing a ton of support with these self-cut lives. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna take a little bit of hairspray. I'm gonna spray it in the front. And I'm gonna blow dry my hair up and back so I can do my edge up good. All right, so I hit it with the hot, I hit it with the cool, and that got it up off of my forehead. We can still see a little bit of color residual from last week. That's not that bad. Actually, I'm gonna clean the forehead just a little bit. If color comes off, great. If color don't come off, great, don't care. But this is highly alcohol based, so we'll see. But mainly, I wanna get the oil and anything else out of there before I put the new color in. I will say, frankly, I could not believe how long this color held on. I did put it in pretty thick last time, but even I was surprised at how much color stayed on last time. And I think part of it has to do with, I left the color sitting on the brush. And if you do that, sometimes that color can get really thick and nasty. We also have this no clog spray gun. So this is kind of cool because you can just spray in the areas. I have a feeling this one is getting clogged, but you know, this little no clog gun is pretty cool. But I don't really like to do it that way, and I've told you guys a bunch of times because it lasts a lot longer if we just paint it in. So we're gonna paint it in. Oh, if you didn't like the way I painted in my beard, you are certainly not gonna like this, sir. So we're gonna get a good amount of color on this brush, and we're gonna start to paint in what I would call the real hairline, man. See, if you get that part right, like I just did, that's gonna make this whole thing a little bit easier. Oh, I knew you guys were gonna love this part. Double tap the middle of the screen to offset some of the hatred we're getting for color in our hair. The hatred. Let me ask you guys this. Is anything, because like your main, like, and I have no problem with the hatred, guys. I got no problem with the hatred. So if I was afraid of it, I wouldn't do it. But just let me ask you guys a couple of questions. What is your biggest problem with putting color in like what you see me doing right now? What is your biggest problem? Like, what is it that bothers you about it so much that every live or whenever I do this, you guys got so much negative stuff to say about it? I'm just curious. I mean, it's not going to stop me from doing it. Obviously, I don't give a shit what you guys think. But I'm just curious, like, what is your biggest bitch about this that you really just can't stand to see people doing this? Let's hear what you got to say. It's what chicks do. I think I could quantify this a little better for you. I know that there's plenty of you guys who disagree with this, but I just want to hear girls wear makeup. Color makes a man feel better, because I would do it. Why I have black hair and a gray beard. Jealousy. What we got here? I'm a woman and I don't care. People feel like you can do a good lineup. How you gonna do a good lineup if you ain't got the hair, bro? I ain't got the hair for a good lineup anymore. I did go back in my videos from 2012, bro. My hairline was so strong. A guy coloring his hair. So nothing wrong with that. Some guys pluck their eyebrows, big deal. It's not hate for coloring the hair. It's on the skin. It looks fake. Yes. I was waiting for a comment like that, because I don't think you guys understand. Let me pose this question to you guys real quick. Is there anything natural about me cutting my own hair at all? Is there anything natural about simply doing an edge up on your beard? Is there anything natural about fading your hair? If you think there's anything natural, like some people's hair just grows this way, there's nothing natural about anything that we're doing here. Shaving your beard, is there anything natural about that? No, there's not. So if you want to do a little extra that makes your edge up look clean for 3 days, then people are asking for it. You know, I got plenty of clients that ask me for this stuff. If you're gonna say no to money, I don't think you would. If I offered you money, you wouldn't say no to it. So I'm just saying, like, you know, there's nothing very natural about this entire process. If it's natural that you're worried about and keeping things natural and sacrosanct, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. They don't want women to think they're gay. And they worry about what women think, even when women are not around. Looks weird. Okay, guys, I took a little bit of aftershave. I sprayed it on here, and this will allow me to move the color around a little bit. You said Dumbledore. You guys know Dumbledore's middle name? Anybody know Dumbledore's middle name? A little Harry Potter trivia there. She said, I'm a woman and I think it looks creative. That's what's up. You guys also got to realize too, like, I started in this business, as we talked about, as a cosmetologist. I've done a lot of color in my life. I've done color for men. I've done color for women. And it's to me, this is less of a stretch that I would do something like this. It's less of a stretch that I would do something like this than the average person. Obviously, I'm in this business. Now, if you're just, you know, like, you're not in this business, I understand why you wouldn't do this. Totally get it, man. It's like this little spot here is bothering me. Oh. I understand why you wouldn't do this. But what about cutting hair is natural anyways? Should Should we all just grow beards, get weird, and disappear into the mountains? I already got the beard. Shit, if anything, I'm more natural than you. You got a beard as long as mine? I love this thing. I don't know why you guys sleep on this thing, because this product right here, it's just killer. That's called the Studio Blower. So if you don't have a machine that blows air in your shop, that's a great way to do it. It's good, clean air. It doesn't blow moisture into your tools. Did you guys go back and Google what Elvis Dumbledore's middle name was? Wait, is it natural enough for you guys for me to trim my nose hairs? Is that natural? Said, how do you do a straight line on the beard? Exactly, my point. Somebody just joins the room. They look at my beard and they're like, wow, that thing looks really straight. So many people will see you in public and they're like, wow, dude, your hair is really nice. Your beard is really nice. Who did your beard? And then I could say, yeah, hi, my name's Eddie. I actually own a barbershop. It's right here. You guys can come down here and see me. That's the beauty of doing things that kind of stand out a little bit more than the average person. The beard line is too crisp. It's not natural. Yes, exactly. That's my point. All right, I got a little bit of color left over. Just gonna put it on this gray stuff, mainly to clean off the thing I'm using, so that later when I do color on some clients, I'll have a clean top. We're gonna put a little bit of beard butter in the beard. Yet another unnatural product. When you put these glasses on, you look like a prison woodworker. I didn't realize they had woodworkers in prison. I thought that was only in the movie Shawshank Redemption. He said, how you cut hair with no glasses? That's what I was trying to tell you guys. I did most of this haircut by sound. I can't really see that good without my glasses on anymore. So I do most of my haircut by sound. And that's why both of these tools are so good. I'm gonna put a little bit of color, I'm gonna put a little bit of product in my hair. This is Statement. This stuff makes your hair kind of feel pretty thick. Yet another unnatural thing I'm doing. But what I like about this is this actually really makes your hair feel thick, and it'll give you like whatever kind of style you want. I like to kind of keep the front up a little bit, and it brings out a little bit of texture in there. This guy's flexing his luxurious beard in my face. Double tap the middle of the screen. We're only 50 away. Dizzy, he said, what do you recommend for patchy beards to help it grow? For patchy beards, honestly, depending on where it is, you can usually fill it in with a tiny bit of color. But I've actually noticed there's plenty of clients who think they can't grow a beard. And some people can't, you know, obviously. But there are people who think they can't grow a beard, but if they grow it long enough, they're actually surprised that they can grow a beard. Most of the time they can. What the fuck is going on with this thing? Trying to understand what went on here. Somebody did something to this no clog gun. Supposedly it don't clog, but I think it is clogged. Might be just dead. We're gonna have to plug that in. We'll see. So what I used, let's go through real quick because a bunch of people are asking these questions. What I used on my beard and on my face is the same thing on my hairline, and that's just Kiss Express. This is a demi-permanent hair color. It has no developer. You literally pour it and paint it in. The goal is to stain the scalp, stain the skin, and it will stain your skin pretty good, and it will last for about 3 days. All right. If your beard doesn't connect and you got like a little spot, it can also fill that in. And where I was going with that whole beard comment was, a lot of people think they can't grow a beard until they actually start growing it. I've seen people with really patchy beards grow it out really long, and it actually will start to look a little bit more full. So when I do it by sound, both of these tools here have what they call Echo Crunch blades on them. I helped design these. But these blades right here make that noise, and that's how I was able to cut my hair with no glasses on. I could kind of just feel and hear what I'm doing, and I could see like a little bit, but these are the two clippers that really have that, especially the Rain. You can really hear the hair just being and this one here cuts a little bit closer, makes the same noise. This was the first one that did that. So those were the two main things I used there. Secondly, when we first got here in the morning, my beard felt like a wire brush, so I used a little bit of Johnny B's beard oil. I like this beard oil because it actually is not super thick. It doesn't leave you feeling very oily, and it protects your hair with heat. So it protects your, it's a heat protectant. So when I blow dried my hair, it was kind of smoking a little bit. That was just the oil getting burned off, and the rest of my hair is left pretty soft. I also used a product they don't sell anymore, but this is Beard Balm. But they used to sell this Beard Balm. But Beard Balm or Beard Butter or something like that afterwards, what that does is that stops all the little flyaways from happening, and it makes it all lay a little nicer. This brush right here from Framar, awesome brush. It's super, super soft. You can blow dry right through it, and it actually has these two metal pieces on here that get super hot. And what they do when they get hot, they help straighten the beard immensely. He said, "What's wrong with the industry? You have no true knowledge, just an insecure man trying to hide his flaws." You're the man, bro. You're the man. I love how you are so insecure that you get up at 7 a.m. to talk about another man. And at best, you call them insecure. It's hilarious. I got up at 5 a.m., by the way. Got down here by 6 a.m. and began my live for you guys at 6 a.m. to show you guys how I cut my hair. Now, I'm just curious. Does that come from actual place of jealousy, insecurity, hatred? What is it, man? What is it? What do I recommend to shave my hair daily without irritation? Oh, yeah, I almost forgot about this product. So these electric shavers nowadays, they don't, now you got to pay attention. Some of them do, but they don't cut long hair, right? This one doesn't have a middle integrated foil trimmer. So what that means is I could run this right into my beard line. And if you guys noticed in the very beginning, this is the first product I started with. And even if you straight razor your hair, even if you straight razor your face, when you go back through here, I guarantee you're gonna cover this up. You're gonna cut this. He said, fibers and dyes cover up all the lies. Well, fibers is a whole different story, guys. I actually have fibers right here, and I'll show you guys real quick what he's talking about here. So if I flew some fibers right here, you guys can see. It's not really staying very good on my arm, but you guys can see. Now there's actually fiber on my arm right there. You guys could see what that fiber kind of does. You get the idea that it could make a line right there, right? The problem with fibers is the moment you do hit some wind, they're gone. But what's beautiful about this is I can actually wait, is it going anywhere? Let me test it again. Let me try something else. Maybe if I grab this piece of paper here, right? If I grab this paper here and I spray it, look at this. It's not going anywhere, guys. And it's not even dry yet. Once it's dry, it won't even leak anymore. So it's pretty awesome. Shorter beard. 3 days, baby. 3 days. That's what we got. So that's exactly what we got. He said, do you know why your beard hair is lighter around your mouth? Probably from all of the food or whatever. I don't know. I mean, actually, it's not. To be honest, my beard turned gray on the sides a long time ago. A long time ago. So, anyways, we got it done. We're looking nice for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll be at Stylecraft headquarters. I'll probably go and do a live there once I get there. We're going to check it all out. And that'll be that, man. If we could double tap the middle of the screen, there's a bunch of you guys in here still. If we could go ahead and get this to 300, we're very close to 300 likes. That's awesome. So this tool right here, I'll just show you guys real quick. Those of you guys who actually are barbers understand what I'm doing this, why I'm doing this. This tool right here, it says soft and it says aggressive, right? So when I put my tool in here, I can actually soft set this tool. And what that did for me was that made my lines really easy to remove. So if I wanted to cut closer, like let's say I wanted to make this one my #1 liner, I would just flip it over to the aggressive side. And then once I got it on the aggressive side, now I can actually cut closer. So that's what's gonna get it to cut as close as, like, say, almost as close as a shaver slash razor. So the other thing that's kind of cool about this is that removable lid, because I can clean it up real easy. I can pop this off. And this is the Exceed. And this is the thing that I've been using the most for removing bulk. Now, it does actually have a companion clipper, which is pretty fun to blend with because this one actually has 6 clicks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So with 6 clicks, you're actually getting an additional click. It's a stretch lever. And what that's going to do for you is that's going to help you when it comes to blending. So we're going to go ahead and clean up all our tools that we used during this haircut with some kind of spray so that they're nice and clean for the next person that comes in here. Nice and clean, ready to go. I wouldn't admit to a soft tool. You know, it's so funny how many people come in here and say all this stuff. Like, it's kind of hilarious to me. I guess probably the thing that makes me laugh the most is the fact that you might think that I would care. Listen, I'll tell you about a decision I made that proves that I don't care. 2003, when I went to high school, I decided to sign up for cosmetology. Mind you, I wrestled from 7th grade through high school, right? I was on the wrestling team, and the decision to sign up to cosmetology school while I was in high school was probably not the best received thing. Don't you think people said some stuff to me about that? And if you think that I was gonna let that hold me back, you're wrong. So I did it anyways. And as it turned out, I'm still in this business. And we're doing pretty good in this business. So I'm grateful to the vocational program. I'm grateful to the school that I got to go there for free and get that education. So if you think that I'm concerned about coloring my hair in front of you guys, or if it would somehow move me in any way not to do it, you're wrong. Most people who actually know me know that I can be pretty damn hard-headed when it comes to certain things. And yes, I was on the wrestling team at Niagara Falls High School, which is a giant school. And actually, one of our claim to fame from Niagara Falls High School, the running back, James Starks, who played in a Super Bowl for Green Bay Packers, actually went to my school, and he graduated the year before me. What's nice about the Sabers is they also do this too. You guys can open this up, clean this all out. We are 8 likes away from hitting the 300. It'd be pretty cool if we could do that. These are the ghost razors. These are the razors that I like the most. Seems like they really are always sharp, man. I haven't really had too many of these razors. There's plenty of people out here who are afraid to do extraordinary things. There's plenty of people out here who are afraid to just do things. I'm no longer in the Buffalo area, guys. I moved to Naples, Florida. And I go back to Buffalo regularly. But my residence here is in Naples, Florida, which for whatever reason, I always knew. I always knew that I was going to move to Florida. I was sure of it from a young age that I was going to get out of there. So we're definitely Bills fans. We all watched that game. It wasn't pretty, but we did beat the Steelers, so we'll see where it's all going. I don't know, but just to show you guys that I am a Bills fan here, we're going to take you guys over to one of the many Bills things we have in this shop. But the holy grail of what we have, that is a Josh Allen signed Wyoming. My bad, I muted it. I was just actually saying, like, if it wasn't for Shady McCoy, we wouldn't have won that game. And I think those are some of the coolest pictures for a game that I've ever really seen. And then one of the other pictures we got here, we got Josh Allen jumping over people. I got a bunch of Josh Allens jumping over people. And, yeah, there's a lot of Bill stuff in here. There's more. There's more. No, I did not use Beijing for the lineup. Beijing is more of a caustic hair color, meaning that it's a little bit more. That I think I muted it when I told you, but that's actually a signed Josh Allen Wyoming jersey. But Beijing is actually a much stronger chemical, and it can cause certain people to break out and stuff too, like that. What I'm using here, it lasts 3 days. I cut my hair basically every 4 to 5 days, sometimes every 7 days. So this is fine for me. You know, it looks fine, it works fine, and you know, I like it. So, and then the Patriots, yeah, they're coming on pretty strong, guys. If you guys are Patriot fans, like I totally get it. They're coming on pretty strong. So 165 of you guys still in the room. If you guys could do me a favor, double tap the screen on the way out. We hit 300 likes. We do appreciate you all. You guys are the best fan base I could ask for. And these lives where I've been cutting my own hair, I've been doing better than ever. So we're going to keep this up, man. We're going to do the self-cut Saturday, and we're going to add more lives throughout the week because that's what's really working. So he's asking the product that I used. I used Kiss Express. This is one of the barber go-tos here, but the Kiss Express, awesome, awesome product. And the sprays that I'm using to clean my foils, currently using this one, and this has a spray. A lot of these people have a spray. That's hilarious, bro. So, okay, you guys, with that being said, any of the products that you guys see me used here today, we're all from Stylecraft and Gamma. If you guys want, you guys can head over there. You can use the code Eddie and save 10% off of your order. And you will find links to the descriptions down below to some of the stuff we used here. It's about time I update those links. But hopefully you guys did good on Black Friday. Also, I know there was some pretty big sales going on. At least in the barber business there wasn't shit going on in the rest of the businesses because I've been looking at new cameras forever and they're just not moving in price. So they say it's a Black Friday deal, but it wasn't no Black Friday deal. But all right, y'all, I do appreciate all of you guys. I will catch you guys in the next live. Peace. I'm out.